oh no, there's definitely no way I'm gonna be able to make it to the gym on time today. And scene. That is something that unfortunately happens fairly often when it comes to our clients, and it could be something that is work related, it could be a kid getting sick, a parent needing help, a pet needing surgery, whatever the scenario is. Maybe you need to make up that session, but you still want to do something that day. For that reason, I wanted to give you a HIIT routine that you could put together. That means high intensity interval training, and then you just keep that in your back pocket for scenarios where you need to do something quick. So first thing you want to think about when it comes to HIIT is you want to do body weight exercises. You don't have to do this all of the time, obviously, but for this context, we're just trying to keep it as simple as possible, and you don't want to have to be worrying about scrambling around finding a weight. And then if you're pushing yourself hard enough, like you should be with HIIT, you won't need anything to get that heart rate up more than just yourself. Number two, think about doing a circuit style. So that just means you're going to be picking a handful of exercises and then cycling through that for as long as you choose. I would suggest doing 6 to 8 exercises at 30 seconds, just to keep the math simple. And then for example, if you chose 6 exercises, that would be 3 minutes if you're doing all of them for 30 seconds. And then you could do that 10 times for 30 minutes. You could do it 5 times for 15 minutes. Just depends on how hard you're pushing yourself and how much time you have to get it done. And then number 3, what exercises do you want to choose? It's totally up to you. You can pick more strength type exercises. You could do just cardio only. You could do a mix of all of them. So an example for strength would be maybe starting on the floor, doing just a plank for that 30 seconds, and then going into some body weight squats. From there, you could be doing some reverse lunges, heading back down to the ground, going into some push-ups. Then you could stand up and do some side lunges, getting in those inner thighs, and then wrap up with maybe some good old-fashioned triceps. If you wanted to do a little bit more cardio based, you could start off on the floor again, be doing some mountain climbers, and then you could go into some squat jumps, stand up, and then be doing some ice skaters. You could give it a little bit of balance by doing some toe touches, and then you could be doing high knees in place, and then finishing up with some jumping jacks. But obviously there's hundreds and hundreds of variations that you can do, so just choose some of your favorites and go from there. And that is all. Again, when it comes to HIIT, it's going to be dependent on how hard you are pushing yourself for it to be the most beneficial. You really just want to sweat it all out, but that's why you're only going to be doing it for a short amount of time, because you'll be exhausting those systems. And for that reason, you don't want to be doing these very often, because then you're going to get burnt out and just really be tiring yourself down. So you got to have that balance of low, moderate, and high intensity sessions. Have a fabulous rest of your week, and hopefully I will be seeing you sometime in the gym soon, unless something pops up like your dog needs to go get its nails painted or something. I don't know. See you later.